Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in the world of NFL rumors and trade talks. One name has been making waves among insiders and fans alike, Saquon Barkley. And no, we're not talking about the New York Giants anymore. Rumors are swirling that Barkley might be heading to the Green Bay Packers. And if that happens, it could be a game changer for the team's playoff push and their quest for that elusive Super Bowl title. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Well, stay with me because the details are intriguing and the implications are huge. First, let's set the scene. The Philadelphia Eagles, who have had a bit of a roller coaster season, are reportedly looking to make some roster adjustments. They're sitting at an 8-9 record, and with a cap space of around $35 million, they're facing some tough decisions. The Eagles have been prioritizing their wide receiver core, trying to bolster that position. But they're also aware that they need to tighten up their cap situation after a season that's been a bit up and down. To make things work financially, insiders suggest that the Eagles might trade Barkley in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fourth-rounder in 2027. Why? Because Barkley's cap hit is roughly $14, $8 million, and with just about $35 million in cap space next year, they're trying to balance their roster while managing their cap tightness. Now, it's important to understand that Barkley, at 28 years old, remains one of the most versatile and explosive running backs in the league. His 2025 season saw him rack up 256 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, with an average of 4.8 yards per carry. He also contributed as a receiver, making 45 catches for 320 yards. His career total exceeds 0 rushing yards and 55 touchdowns, and he's consistently rated highly by PFF with an 87.6 grade. Barkley's impact isn't just about the numbers, it's about his ability to change the dynamics of a game. His EPA per rush stands at 0.16, and his yards after contact average is 3. 2 yards, meaning he's not only powerful but also elusive, capable of breaking tackles and turning small openings into big plays. Despite missing 2 ankle injuries in 2025, Barkley remains a top 4 impact back, comparable to players like Chubb in terms of influence on the game. Now, let's connect this to the Packers. Green Bay has been searching for a reliable running game since the injury to Josh Jacobs, and that has made their rushing attack quite inconsistent. The team has been averaging around 110 rushing yards per game, which isn't terrible but certainly leaves room for improvement, especially when trying to take pressure off Jordan Love and open up the passing game. Barkley's addition could be just what the doctor ordered. Imagine him in green and gold, bringing his power and versatility to Lambeau Field. He's projected to reach around 300 rushing yards with about 12 touchdowns, and his presence alone could boost the Packers' EPA per run by over 20%. His YAC yards after contact of 900 yards, combined with his ability to pick up first downs, over 140 in his career, and create big plays, 12 runs of 20-plus yards, makes him an ideal fit for the Packers' offense. What's even more exciting is how Barkley could open up the passing game for Love. With a threat like Barkley in the backfield, defenses would have to respect the run more, which could lead to more single coverage opportunities for Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs. And let's not forget, Barkley's presence could help the offense become more balanced, reducing the pressure on Love to carry the entire load. Plus, his red zone efficiency, with 6 additional touchdowns in the red zone, makes him a constant scoring threat inside the 20-yard line. His impact on the Packers' offense could be transformative, especially considering the team's recent struggles with injuries and consistency. But it's not just about what Barkley brings on the field. From a strategic perspective, trading for him makes a lot of sense financially. The Packers are estimated to have around a $7 million cap space next year, and acquiring Barkley could be managed through some cap adjustments and roster moves. His contract is manageable, and with the right restructuring, Green Bay could absorb his $8 million cap hit. The team has also shown a willingness to make tough cap decisions, and with Barkley's proven impact, it's a gamble that could pay off big time. The trade scenario also makes sense from a broader NFL perspective. Philadelphia, with an 8-9 record, is looking to retool and build towards the future, especially with their focus on extending key players like Jalen Carter and A.J. Brown. Trading Barkley, who has been a significant part of their offense, could net them valuable draft capital and help them rebuild their roster more efficiently. The Eagles are known for being aggressive in the market, especially at the trade deadline, and this potential deal fits that mold. They could also be looking at the bigger picture, considering the long-term cap space and the need to prioritize their defense and wide receiver positions, which have been somewhat inconsistent at times this season. Now, let's take a moment to consider how Barkley's arrival would impact the NFC North race. The Green Bay Packers have been steadily rebuilding, with Jordan Love showing flashes of potential, but still needing a reliable running game to take that next step. Adding a player like Barkley could be the missing piece. His ability to carry the load in the running game and create explosive plays would help Green Bay control the clock, keep the defense fresh, and wear down opponents. It could turn the Packers into a more formidable team, capable of competing with the top-tier offenses in the league, especially in the playoffs. The NFC North is shaping up to be a competitive division, and if the Packers bolster their roster with Barkley, they could become serious contenders for the division title and beyond. And speaking of playoffs, Barkley's playoff experience and big-game potential shouldn't be underestimated. He's rushed for over 400 yards in his postseason career and is known for stepping up when the stakes are high. His addition could provide Green Bay with that extra punch needed to make a deep run, especially in tight games where every yard counts. Plus, his ability to break tackles and gain extra yards after contact could be the difference-maker in close playoff battles. The Packers have been building something promising this season, and adding a player like Barkley could be the final piece that pushes them over the edge. Of course, all of this hinges on the trade actually happening, and there are still questions about how the Eagles and Packers would negotiate the terms. But the signs point to a potential blockbuster move, one that could reshape the NFC landscape. The Eagles could benefit from draft picks and cap space, while the Packers would be gaining a versatile, powerful back who can handle a heavy workload and change the dynamic of their offense. It's a win-win scenario if it comes to fruition, and fans should be excited about the possibilities. Now, I want to remind all of you watching that this is still just speculative at this point, but the NFL offseason is always full of surprises. Rumors swirl, players move, and teams shake up their rosters in pursuit of greatness. The Green Bay Packers are no strangers to bold moves, and if they manage to land Barkley, it could be one of the most exciting developments of the season. Imagine the green and gold with Barkley leading the charge, a potent combination that could make Lambeau Field a fortress once again and send shockwaves through the NFC. So, Packers fans, keep your eyes peeled. This story is far from over, and the offseason could bring some dramatic changes. Whether or not Saquon Barkley ends up in Green Bay, one thing is certain: the Packers are building towards something special, and the future looks bright. The team is hungry, the fans are passionate, and with the right moves, nothing is impossible. We've seen how quickly things can change in the NFL, and this potential trade is just the beginning of what could be an incredible chapter for Green Bay. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Packers have some tough decisions to make in the coming weeks, but adding a player like Barkley could be a strategic masterstroke. It's about more than just acquiring talent. It's about sending a statement that Green Bay is serious about contending right now. The team has the foundation, the coaching staff, and the young core to make a real push, and Barkley could be the final piece that turns potential into reality. Imagine a playoff run fueled by his power, agility, and experience. That's the kind of vision every Packers fan dreams about, and with the right moves, it could become a reality. Of course, there's always the question of logistics, cap management, and how to fit Barkley into the team's long-term plans. But the Packers have shown a willingness to be creative in managing their roster, and if the opportunity presents itself, they might pull the trigger. The NFL offseason is a chess match, and this move could be a checkmate against their division rivals. The NFC North is shaping up to be fiercely competitive, with the Vikings, Lions, and Bears all making their own moves, so Green Bay needs to stay aggressive and smart. And let's not forget the fans. This kind of trade stirs up excitement and hope. It energizes the stadium, boosts the team's confidence, and reminds everyone that the Green Bay Packers are always in the mix. With Barkley in the backfield, the Packers could transform into a team that's not just fighting for a playoff spot, but aiming for the Super Bowl. That's the kind of energy we all crave, and it's what makes the NFL season so unpredictable and thrilling. So in conclusion, while nothing is set in stone yet, the buzz around Saquon Barkley potentially landing in Green Bay is real and genuine. It's a move that could redefine the team's trajectory, strengthen their offense, and elevate their chances of making another deep playoff run. Keep your eyes on this story, folks. The offseason is just getting started, and the Green Bay Packers are certainly not sitting still. They're building, they're planning, and they're aiming for greatness. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to US and TO, the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.